Alrighty guys, 'tis ChrissieGirl, and we're on the second part of my LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 to 4 playthrough. And we just beat the first level, gone to Diagon Alley, got our wand, saw how rich we were, all that. And now we're on our way to platform 9 3/4 to get on the Hogwarts Express. And there's our first glimpse of the Weasleys. Percy looking very up himself. Oh, Harry, you douche. Payback! If we remember rightly, in the books and the movie, Hermione was not friends with these two guys until about halfway through the book, the first book. Ron actually didn't like her initially, and Harry didn't much either, but it was especially noticeable with Ron. Ron especially disliked her at the beginning. But here in this game, they're friends practically from the start, but it doesn't matter because this is just basically like a loose telling of the tale. It features all the major events from the books and films, but obviously there's been a few tweaks here and there. Only very few. Mainly for like the name of humour or gameplay and stuff like that. So this is the sorting scene. It's actually quite funny how they actually managed to do it. Like they call out a name, judged by a picture. The logo goes rawr. That's Draco Malfoy. That douchebag. I just love the way how they depict the sorting in this game and how they've done it without voice acting. It's just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I just love this game. I love the sequel more. Lego Harry Potter Years 5 to 7 I think did it better. The main problem I had with the first game, this one, was glitches actually. This game does have quite a few glitches. None of which I really captured on this playthrough, so I suppose that's lucky in a way, but at the same time it would have been nice to have caught them. So you could see for yourself why it is a bit glitchy. But I still love this game. I mean, it's not like it's, glitchy with bad controls, terrible camera, all the things that Sonic 06 had. No, I will not let it go. Oh, and there's a character there, Ron Hogwarts uniform. Though technically you're going to spend a lot of the game playing as Ron in his Hogwarts uniform anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's not like it's Voldemort or Lucius Malfoy or Griphook. Anyway, knock all the 4 roofs of the bed off and you'll get the gold brick in this room. There's quite a few gold bricks lying around. You may also notice there's a little owl sat there. Hedwig, I'm presuming. If you find a red brick in this room and give it to Hedwig, she'll fly off with it, and that'll unlock you a new ability so that you can buy from Diagon Alley. Yeah, you unlock it and you still got to pay for it. And basically that lets you gain extra abilities like super strength, meaning that you don't need Hagrid to pull those levers. Picking up ghost studs. Just really neat little things that can help out. They're not compulsory to have, but they're just really handy. Particularly if you're like trying to collect studs and that to buy things with. And it's also handy if you're trying to get like true wizard ratings on each and every level. But yeah, I do apologise. I am a big obsessive when it comes to collecting these studs. I literally like to zap everything just to ensure that I haven't missed anything. Over here, character for Gryffindor Boy. Not that you'll ever be using it, I imagine. Zap that sofa and that student's going to get swallowed, and then if you zap the student again, you'll get a student in peril unlocked. Though I don't see how he was in peril. He was just lying on the sofa, minding his own business, and then we're the ones that put him in peril in the first place. Comes with being a douchebag, I imagine. I'm so obsessed with that word lately, douchebag. I'd never used it before, and now I'm using it all the time. It's silly. And yeah, want to zap this portrait to get that drawer cabinet thing out of the way of the door. And we're in Hogwarts corridor. You just have to press the B button on that spot there if you want to get back into Gryffindor Tower, but for the time being I don't need to go there. We should be fine. If you hit these banners, you'll notice that a number comes up. 2 out of 5. There's 5 of these banners basically, and if you hit all 5 of them, you'll get something neat out of it. The Slytherin one's to the left. Further to the right of the Gryffindor's area is Ravenclaw ones and a Hufflepuff one, I believe. So, yeah. You may notice that we're actually supposed to be going downstairs. That's where Nearly Headless Nick has gone. Nearly Headless Nick will guide you in the right direction, so it's really hard to get lost. You'll always tend to know where to go because of Nearly Headless Nick. But the stairs are facing upwards. We can't get down there. And I actually was really lost on this. I don't know why. It's actually blatantly obvious you've got to go upstairs. Okay. And I actually even tried jumping over, which do not do. It will kill you. And you'll lose studs. You've got unlimited lives in this game, which is kind of neat. But every time you die, you lose a certain amount of studs. And that can make getting, true wizard ratings on levels actually quite difficult. If you die a certain amount of times, that is. So if you want to get to the downstairs, you'll have to go upstairs, up to this door here. Now, Harry and Hermione at this point are pretty much identical in terms of what they can do, but Ron has scabbers. He's got something that makes him unique at this stage. Oh my god, it's a 3-headed dog. So Ron's really the only unique one at this point in the game. Harry and Hermione play almost identically. They have nothing that makes them different until maybe the 3rd stage that Harry gets something that makes him different. And you'll probably already know what that is if you played the game or even read the books or watched the films. And I do apologise for collecting all these studs, but I'm obsessive. That's just me. Zapping these golden statues gives you loads of studs. I think you can zap them up to 3 times at the moment. You may notice that Nearly Headless Nick drops a bunch of see-through studs behind him. They don't actually count as proper studs, but if you pick up the if you manage to find the collect ghost studs ability, you will actually collect ghost studs as if they were normal studs. But at the moment, they don't really serve a purpose. And at the moment, I'm literally just, like I say, just wandering around collecting lots of studs. Blue studs are easily worth the most, so if you see a blue stud, they're the ones you want to pick up first. They're worth quite a bit. Or at least a bit more than the other ones. we want to head through here now. See, what we want to do is get to our next lesson. Well, our first lesson, actually, in this game. And in this lesson, we will learn one of the most important spells in the game. And that is Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa, if you saw the first part with Hagrid, enables you to manipulate quite a lot of things. It's not just a levitating spell in this game. I find it funny how I've seen reviewers complain about how the usage of some spells changed a little in the last Harry Potter game, Deathly Hallows Part 2, the official game that is. And yet here, you know, it's kind of like similar thing. Wingardium Leviosa isn't exclusively a levitating spell in this game. It also manipulates other things and gets you lots of studs. But obviously this is a much better game. Much better than all the EA games put together, I think, the Lego Harry Potter games. So basically, Ron's accidentally levitated 3 students, which never happened in the book or the film. This is a good way of testing out our abilities, that's all it is. I'm playing as Hermione because, obviously, in the book and the movie, she mastered the spell before anyone else did. Yeah. I love Harry Potter. In a way, I'm kind of sad that the games have come... Not the games, the movies have come to an end. But, you know, maybe one day soon I'll go up and see the museum where they actually shot the films, if it's still open. You may notice on the wall a slight picture of what this staircase of Lego is meant to look like. I'm trying to get this Lego piece in the right place, and it's proven a little bit more difficult than I thought. It can be a bit finicky, trying to get it into the exact right spot. But once you manage it, it's fine. What's the point of getting all the things in the right order? Don't know, I think sometimes it gives you studs. I don't think it did in this case. Basically, we won't be able to do anything with this student until we've got a hand which will hold on to the weight, which will let him jump off. Otherwise, he's just going to get sent flying straight back into the sky. So yeah, make sure you build the hand before bringing the weight down. Collect more stars. Over here, I believe you could collect a character. I think you just gotta keep Wingardium Leviosa in this part over here, and you've got a character. Boy. That's even more useless than Gryffindor Boy. Believe you me, there are some good characters you can unlock in this game, each with their own sort of unique abilities that'll get you into places. But a fair few of them are also just fan service as well. So yeah, you want to build this statue before you bring the last weight down. Well, send last weight up, I should say. And the statue will make sure that it stays up. And there's our last student. We've learnt Wingardium Leviosa, the most important spell in the game, in my opinion. Because it enables us to manipulate so much. And we can leave now. Learnt the spell, we can just go. Over here is a student in peril, which you can now rescue once you've learnt Wingardium Leviosa. I don't believe you actually get a gold brick for rescuing these students in the hub world. Oh no, this isn't a level, this is the hub. There's about 5 levels for each year. No, 6 levels for each year, I think. So which isn't bad, considering you've got a lot of exploration to do in the hub world and lessons to attend and, you know, a whole ton of things to find. It's not bad. Obviously, if you've played a Lego game before and didn't like it, this isn't going to change your mind too much. So now that we've got Wingardium Leviosa, we can sort of build up this brick wall thing that the picture there depicts. And this will help us get to the Great Hall by opening that gate. So now we can go through there, go up to the Great Hall. Can levitate this up to there. Don't give you anything but studs. I do apologise, I'm very, very tired. It's not even night time, it's afternoon. Early afternoon and I'm knackered. Perhaps I should take a nap. See, most of these things just give you studs. But, you know, you never know what can give you what, so it's always nice to just manipulate absolutely everything, just to be on the safe side. And anyway, if you collect loads of studs, you can collect loads of characters with them. You know, by going to the shop. Which you'll... Oh, I think we'll see later. I think I went there. At some point in the story. I do know that there was one actually tiny bit that I missed out of the playthrough because I lost the recording for it. I started playing before I started recording, but that's not for a while yet. That's not until Chamber of Secrets, I believe. So, we'll be fine. Anyway, yeah. Not much else is going on around here. The weather's was supposed to be rainy today according to weather forecast, and it isn't, so yeah. And I just bought a bunch of t-shirts because it's really hard for a woman to find geeky t-shirts. At least it is round here. It's hard for me to find like a t-shirt for a woman with like Doctor Who's, Harry Potter. And some people may not like to advertise that, but you know what, I've got to stop being so ashamed of being a geek. I'm proud of being a geek. It's what makes me me, so, you know. Though I probably will still wear them under my hoodie for quite a while until I feel more comfortable with exposing them, but you know what, stuff it, I'm a geek. Obviously use Scabbers to get this last one. And yes, Scabbers is only available for the first 3 parts of the, you know, movie-based titles things. Over here is a cupboard with a bunch of symbols on it. Only Hermione can open these cupboards out of the original trio. I believe Professor McGonagall can also open these. But Harry and Ron cannot, so don't even attempt to open it with those two, because it won't work. They'll just look at it and be completely and utterly stumped. Generally, the consensus is, if they're carrying a book under their arm, they'll probably most likely be able to open it. Whereas if they're not, don't count on it. Anyway, see you in the next part.